Hello, hello. I guess nobody else is coming.
What is the YouTube channel for? Oh. I closed the...
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? That's good.
Hey!
Hello. Great posters back there, Lauren.
Thank you. My whole nerddom room here. Star Trek stuff's over there.
What was the one on the very end? I missed it.
This one? The Wonder
That
Woman one?
Oh, it's Wonder Woman. Okay.
Yeah. And then hold on. I can turn real quick. We're not doing anything yet. Wait. You see the Trek wall over here?
Yes, I do. Very jealous. My walls are completely bare at the moment because we've packed just about everything, getting ready to build the new house. So, getting ready to sell this one.
That's good though.
Oh yeah.
The Wonder Woman.
And if anybody knows anybody looking for a house in South Mississippi, send them my way.
This thing keeps telling me to claim the account. I did. All right.
right. That should have that fixed as well. Mark Adam, let me know if you hear me here in a few seconds. Apparently they're hearing you guys, they're not hearing me.
I'm hearing you fine.
Well, you guys are because you're in Discord.
You're right.
Forgot to unmute my microphone on OBS. But,
Oops.
like I said, Mark Adam will let us know here in just a second.
Trying to figure out how to turn my video on.
Down in the bottom left, you should see like a. Actually, hold on. Let me turn off my unmute. All right. So if you down in the bottom right see a like a official meeting thing. Do you see that?
You're talking about in Discord or on the
on Discord,
YouTube page?
On Discord.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
All right, click that. Yeah. And then at the bottom left.
Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I'm on Discord on my phone and watching you on my computer, so I need to log into my Discord account on the computer. Duh.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out too. Without leaving.
What's going on?
Trying to figure out if I can log into Discord without leaving.
Hey, Mark Adam, if you haven't figured it out, there's about a 35 to 45 second delay between
when you say something and when we see it. So.
Right.
Sorry. All right, but yeah, he says he's hearing me now, so that's good. All right, so let me put that back on full screen. Line up everything on OBS again. That's why that did that. All right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Mark Adam, thank you seriously for that that heads up. I didn't even think to check if any of my audio was coming through. Anyway, with things as they are right now, I mean, nothing that's going on right now is shocking anybody aside from the level of shock that should be there. I was just wondering how you guys' individual ships might be handling it. So I guess I'll just start with the Haven and just go around my screen here. Lauren?
We're doing fine. It's a little weird for us since we're used to doing events so often. But we do have a number of folks trying to do academy courses and catch up on those, which is one of the things that I wanted to bring up here because I've heard from a couple people as recently as yesterday that there's some delay. I don't know if that has to do with people or the system, so I've just kind of asked them to inform me of both so we can do whatever is required there. Our first event is supposed to be in June. That's one that we have every year, and just trying to monitor and see if we're still going to have it and plan summit in the meantime.
Any movement on that at all? I can't imagine it is.
A little. It's just been trying to find the people to get in contact with. Since the venue I want to use, a lot of people are at home or furloughed right now. But I've at least gotten into contact with somebody so that we can start working the details there. I really don't think it's going to be any issues. So, just trying to keep each other occupied. The page is pretty active. Some folks have been joining the other live streams in different groups.
Well, that's good. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of comments and stuff on Facebook. So.
Also, it's Florida, and a lot of people are outside anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
We were kind of behind on that whole curve.
Yeah, well, I heard Jacksonville reopened its beaches the other day, so that was awesome.
Yes, we had beaches reopen, and I mean, we were only on 30 days for stay-at-home orders anyway, and we haven't heard anything to say that that's going to continue or not. So.
Yeah.
Hold on, gotta shift the logos on our thing here. That goes here, and this goes here.
I'm the lazy one in a tank top.
Yeah.
Just didn't feel like putting on a Star Trek shirt.
Sorry. Getting more questions. Let's see. I guess now, instead of Mike, it will be you. Morgana, how are you guys handling the situation going on right now?
Oh, we're doing fine. We suspended, of course, all of our meetings and everything until all this is over with. Luckily or not luckily, depending on your point of view, I've been working the whole time because IT is essential, especially since everybody decided to work from home. That's never tried to set up for anything to work from home. Part of their disaster recovery plan should have been, I don't know, working remotely.
Yeah.
So we've been really, really, really busy at work. So
I hear that. Yeah, I'm a little lucky myself, but I'll get to that when we get to the haze.
yeah. But other than that, everything seems to be going fine. Linda asked me to take care of the IC 2021 website. So I've got the domain registered and the splash page up, and it's been kind of putting everything together for that. I just got a few questions for her about, because I wanted to use Eventbrite, but she's like, no, I want to use PayPal. So I've got to go in the Wayback Machine a little bit and remember how to set up the PayPal links on the website so people can pay. And then who pays the fee? Are they going to pay the fee, or the person buying the ticket going to pay the fee? The thing about Eventbrite, it's so easy, and you set it up, and you get the tickets. And we used it the last couple of times for summits, but some people don't want to do that, I guess. So ticket prices are going to change. I have to let her know those have to be manually changed on the site each time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have to set reminders to do that. So. But hopefully I'll have everything up and going by next weekend. I want to get it done by the end of the month. Yeah, I got a call there. But hopefully I'll have everything ready by the end of the month so we can start, taking registrations and everything. So
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that as well.
Okay.
Mike on the Neptune. Also, for those that don't know, my VRC.
Hi guys. So yeah, we're doing great. Instead of canceling our meetings, we're actually doing all of our meetings over Discord, including our movie day, which we did yesterday. Kind of weird, but it worked. Those that don't know, we get together once a month and watch a really horrible movie and MST3K it. So we lampoon it and make fun of it as we're watching it. I am the only one on my ship who is currently working. I'm sorry, strike that. I am not. Myself and Francis are the only two who are currently working. As Mark said, IT is vital and essential. And yeah.
That you worked for the man.
Yeah, I kind of work for Big Blue. I work for Microsoft, and I am currently contracted to a very major retailer located in Bentonville, Arkansas. So we're working a lot right now because they also didn't think about working from home at all, period. So, Mark, I feel you, man. I really do. I'm doing 80-hour weeks now, so fun times.
Well, the thing is, I'm a field engineer.
Me
So
too.
everything the help desk can't do, I've got to go out. So I've been out at least 2 to 3 sites every day for the last month.
There you go.
So it's people just don't understand that you can't just magically go on your computer at home and get to your network stuff. You got to have a VPN or remote access set up somehow. Luckily, a lot of our clients have a 2X. We host their servers for them. So they can get to them from anywhere, but the ones that they're smaller and didn't think of that and don't have any VPN licenses for their firewalls or anything like that. So, yeah, we've been slammed.
Yeah. I'll trade with you. My client just had roughly 12,000 people go from working in their main office to working from home.
Wow, 12,000. Wow.
Let's talk about VPN saturation, shall we?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They'd have to have a huge freaking pipe for all those connections.
They've got the biggest pipe.
Yeah. Everybody at home would have to have high-speed internet, too. You have to at least probably 50 over 50.
Yep. But yeah, we can talk IT later. But yeah,
Later. Sorry.
Sorry guys. Yeah,
I was more like
Neptune's doing fine. Lauren, hi, welcome back.
Sorry, I'm pressing buttons.
What does this button do?
They're still blinking.
But yeah, the other person working on the boat is Frances Smith, leader of Pet Fleet. She is a veterinarian, also essential. So,
nice.
And they're doing curbside veterinarian work. It's really cool. You bring your pet, they come out to the car, pick your pet up, sanitize your leash, do everything they need to do everything over FaceTime so you can see what's going on, and bring them back in.
Nice.
Bring them back to the car. And I'll turn it over to you, boss.
Well, I haven't personally talked to all the members of the Haze. We have a number of retirees who obviously weren't working anyway, but I know a number of ours have been furloughed. One member, Clay, he works at a storage unit facility, and when people all wound up being home, the storage unit facility had to stay open to allow people to come and get their stuff because they needed it suddenly. So that was pretty awesome. Me personally, I didn't see, the only thing I've noticed as far as my work is I get to do it from home, but I had been kind of screaming from the rafters that we could do our work from home anyway, so this was just me getting my wish for a little while. Mine is just kind of business as usual, except I'm doing it here, and Kaylin's in the background sometimes, who, by the way, she's napping right there, so I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit. So mercifully, like, my job hasn't seen anything happen to it. My wife is a teacher, and they're done for the rest of the school year, but they've been doing conference stuff, setting up packages for the kids, so she's fine. But like I said, most of my crew is either furloughed or retired, so unfortunately, we're kind of seeing the brunt of it, I think. Even John, our former CO and the zone coordinator here, he can't even preach right now, so it's beginning to get taxing for some of them. To kind of get on to some lighter news, and it's just because I'm interested and I don't get to see y'all's houses very often. I see some Trek paraphernalia behind you, Mark. What you got back there?
There's hanging up. There's a mirror underneath that Starfleet Starfleet logo. That's the Next Generation banner, and then all the stuff in the shelves are all different kind of cups and mugs and stuff from Klingon Feast and everything. And then there's a video thing there. Of course, most of those are sci-fi Star Trek movies. And anyway, then there's some of those little bobblehead things up there my daughter got me last year for my birthday. And then my American flag thing broke outside, the little stand on the, mounted to the side of the house. I put two out there. Plastic doesn't last in Florida. It's too hot. And I think the plastic gets brittle, so as soon as the wind starts blowing, it breaks. So I got to try to find a metal stand to put on the side of the house, put the flag back out there. Nice. And then, of course, I've been cleaning, and here's my cleaning supplies.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's me. Like, I put my logo over it on the video, but most of my, snacky snacks and stuff are right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you were describing it, I noticed that my camera, for some reason, today has flipped, and usually this is the right direction, but the camera has it mirrored, so it looks wrong.
Yeah.
But I promise it's right. Behind me is, let's see, I've got some Star Trek Beyond Funko Pops, my Star Trek Voyager, that's a signed cast poster, and you can kind of see here, these are some paintings that I bought at a con of this is Deep Space Nine, and this is the Enterprise D.
Ooh. Ah.
And there's some stuff behind the camera here, but it's kind of a process to flip over. So
yeah.
Anyway, so me and Mike sat in on the second Admiralty Board call last night. So Lauren and Mark, you guys can just kind of settle in for a second because you guys will be getting the information along with everybody else. The phone call was put at 10 o'clock at night Central Standard Time to allow for some of our European members and Australian members to have a decent hour, because Steve has been doing his best to make sure it's fair. So like everybody's going to wind up with one at 10 o'clock at night, 6 a.m. in the morning, and I think noon. So like he's every third one, you know about what time yours. So the first one was 6 a.m. Mike, that's why I didn't tell you about it. This one was the 10 at night one. The next one will be noon my time, I believe. So anyway, we went till midnight last night. We had some stuff I can't go into because the individuals, whatever. But we removed a member. You'll see that in the minutes. Like that's not secret. It's just I can't really talk about it. So that happened. The next item we went to was the Starfleet budget that every year the Admiralty Board gets, usually around January, February. Steve's a little behind because he couldn't get any of the paperwork from Dan. We'll get there. But he's gotten it all kind of situated, figured out. He's got all of his expenditures figured out, and he has all of his incoming money figured out. He just didn't send it all. So at the next meeting, we will have it all and be approving it, because we've now seen them separately. We just don't have them together, so we couldn't vote to approve it. But rest assured, the budget is finally normalized. There was some other stuff between this, but I'm just going to go ahead and talk about our tax status, because Eric brought it to my attention about 2 years ago, and I've been screaming at the commander of Starfleet for years, basically since Wayne died, about our tax status, because something in the paperwork, our status, our 501c5, c7, I don't remember. I don't know the numbers. Anyway, our tax status was not correct, or wasn't showing correct, and it turns out it was showing correct, and that wasn't good. Steve has gone out of his way in the last 2 months to get it completely in line. We have to pay a penalty to get us back in line. It's not a crazy number, I guess the best way I can put it. He's getting it finalized. He thinks it's going to be around $2,100, which for how long we've been out of compliance for 4 years. So yeah, it has been a while. But like I say, that is actually Steve's been showing us all the paperwork that he's been going through, so we're actually finally getting that squared away, and I can finally rest easy, because every time I've been told, no, Ryan, you're out of your mind, everything's fine, I would go back and check, and it wouldn't be fine. I was like, no, that's not what this says. Oh, that's wrong. I'm like, are you sure? But it's finally getting corrected. Kind of continuing. Each of these kind of flows into the next one. Speaking of the previous administration, the Boogaloo from IC 2019 is kind of reaching its finale. The Inspector General spoke with us and said that he's going to be bringing his findings to us about all of the fallout and the responsible parties from IC 2019. Just remembered. Sorry. And to my understanding, lawyers have now gotten involved, and we're going to find out exactly what that means. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I know people are looking at some significant movement from Starfleet as a corporation. So, kind of on a lighter note, I don't know if you guys are in the Starfleet Members Only Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me arguing on behalf of a member for the last little while. I won't go into my stance because that's not relevant to the information I'm passing along. Suffice it to say, a member was posting links to his blog that was, and I'm going to air quote, monetized because it was Google ads. Like, it were pennies if you clicked on the ad, not the link, but the ad. But anyway, people were claiming that him posting his own blog to the members only group counted as self-promotion, which the Facebook group had an explicit rule against. And both sides of the argument came to the AB for us to make an actual policy. And the policy is actually going to carry the weight across all things Starfleet, not just that Facebook group, because that would be silly. But we officially, I can actually pull up the language later as we talk, but we basically clarified the rule, making it to where those posts are fine because they are not direct solicitations. We changed everything from self-promotion to solicitations, which I think was actually more in line with the intention of that rule anyway. Because he's not out there asking for money. He's not trying to drive traffic to anything. He was doing articles, talking about Picard and Discovery episodes and things like that. So I always felt like he was on the up and up, but it is what it is. Last little thing I have is we also voted to approve TJ Allen as the new Chief of Education Services, and he's already been doing it for a while, and now it's just he's been approved. I also believe Scott Peter got voted in as the new JAG. There was also some Mako discussion, but I will turn that over to my VRC because he understood what they were talking about.
So what was going on with the Mako discussion is there seems to be some disconnect and some problems with the number of tests that one would have to take to even call oneself a Mako. Just to make grade 1 is 20 exams, and that's what you would have to take from the Starfleet Academy just to call yourself a Mako. Then to wear the ribbon that they have on their shoulder is an additional 50 exams from Starfleet Academy. And the discussion was basically that that is the only portion of the organization that we require that kind of commitment just to join that portion of the organization. And there may be discussions with the head of the Makos about lowering those or re-examining those. That's really all that boiled down to.
I know no official decision was made. I just know a lot of conversation was had, and I tell Mike, Mike, that's why I bring you into these meetings, because when they start talking Marine stuff, it's not that I don't understand. It's like they start referencing things that are going on, and I know of y'all's existence, and I have no problem with y'all, but I don't do them, and so I don't have any context for what they're talking about.
Well, now that we've got a new CO on the Haze, we can talk about getting a detachment in the Haze.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Only been CO for a year.
I mean, I can understand that, but 50 courses is quite a lot. And I mean, even the Marines, in order to wear some of the devices and get shoulder cords and different things like that, you have to complete a certain amount of courses and pass.
1 second. Hey, Eric. No, we're not Zooming. We're using the video chat in Discord. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
That's all right. But so, I can kind of understand having a requirement to get certain, ability to wear certain things. But yeah, that may be a bit excessive.
Right. To be a team leader, which is what their handbook suggests,
right,
to start a group. It winds up being 247 exams in the Starfleet Academy just to be the team leader to start the group is what their suggestion is.
Right.
That's why there's discussion going around.
Right.
It seems a little harsh.
Yeah, and what most people ridiculous. What most people do is just like, screw that, I'm just going to wear it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just going to do it anyway. Screw all that.
That's kind of what I would foresee happening anyway. Is it's like screw it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Marines. They have guidelines for wearing the uniforms and what you can wear and when you can wear it and what you're supposed to wear, and it's just guidelines. I mean, most people don't pay any attention to it anyway. They wear what they want. And there's no UCMJ or any official thing to back up your authority. So it's like, wear what you want. I don't care.
I still say the Marine should have a cane device. That way I can have my cape, my sash, my cane, and my spurs.
Spurs that go jingle, jangle, jingle.
That's right.
1 second, Eric. Give me 1 second, Eric. I can change one thing. They're saying my audio is low again, so 1 second. I'm going to try this. Tell me if this sounds horrible. Ooh, there's a good question. Yeah, Mark Adam has a very good question for you there, Mike.
So, Mark Adam, Makos are the Starfleet.
Let me know in about 40 seconds if my audio gets better. Go ahead. Sorry.
Makos are basically the Starfleet ground forces. Marines, the Marines go back to when FASA owned the rights to the Star Trek role-playing game, and there were no Makos at the time, so FASA created the Starfleet Marines. So basically it's the same type of group, but the Marines got started first. They are a separate organization. They are their own thing. I keep saying they, Mark. We are our own thing.
Yeah, you're one of us. You're one of us.
Yep. Where Makos are a different, basically canon, if you want to use that term, where the Marines never were.
Fandoms love canon.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Why I'm thinking the Makos are going to be pretty big if we can get the stuff ironed out.
Well, that's the thing is like when I took over. Well, let me back up. When I became XO of the Haze, John Yelverton was the CO, and one of his biggest gripes when he joined the Haze was our promotion system was so burdensome to try and move through, to try and gain the next rank. And like I'm not out here saying, and he wasn't out here saying that you should fly through your ranks. Like that was not what he was like. There should definitely be work, but if you do something, there shouldn't be a window where all of that goes to nothing. Okay, I'll sorry, Eric.
But you're going in and out.
I am.
I don't know if that's happening for everybody. You.
Hold on. Close. Yes.
It's just whatever you change, though.
All right. Is that any better? Sorry,
Lauren,
I closed. Yeah,
so
I had to turn off all the porn.
Lauren, I was getting that from you, where you were going in and out too.
That's weird. All right, so maybe if everybody, it might be not being on mute when one person's talking. Maybe it's the feedback. I don't know.
I can set up a push to talk. That's not an issue. Anyway, let me finish my thought here. If you do something, there shouldn't be a window for the thing that you've done to just go away. But you also don't want to create like this, huge gap between things you have to do, and that just makes it to where you feel like you're just working and working and working. And like that's kind of how I feel once you explain the Mako situation to me. It's like, man, instead of doing the timing grade or anything like that, they've created this giant chasm of work to do to get to the next thing that you're wanting to do. Yes, Mark Adam. That is actually also in my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can... Hold on just a second. Settings. Audio. Apply. Alright. Is that any better, Eric? Because like, I've got my microphone on a swing arm, so it only gets so close. Or I can just sit here and talk like this, and you can look at my forehead.
Extreme close-up.
That's right. Anyway, those are all of the topics that I had, set aside from our AB meeting. Mark, I realize you probably don't have a whole lot of information, but it probably shocks you a little bit, and it definitely shocked me to find out that IC 2021 was coming to Region 2. Kind of like,
yeah.
what Where'd that come from? What happened? Like, what was the driving force behind getting that done? Or I know you're being asked to work on it a little bit. Maybe you have more info than I do.
I know at the summit Steve said it was going to be in Tallahassee 2021. Again, I was surprised by that. And then out of the blue, Linda sent me the email about doing the website. I didn't even know who was hosting it until that point. I think she said her and the 2 or 3 other ships are hosting it. So it's probably like the Harry Mudd. I'm not sure which other ones are giving her a hand doing that. But
maybe you're being counted in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, exactly. I told her I would go ahead and take care of that. I'm still, like I said, waiting on the logo and, like I say, some more detailed information. I've got overall, the ticket prices and the times and the hotel and rooms are $119 a night plus tax. I think she'd sent out an email to some of the regions, like Region 1 maybe. I know somebody there was asking me about it, and I kind of went over the information. She'd sent me an email. I guess she'd sent the same thing to Ruth in Region 1, so I don't know if she sent anything to you, Ryan, or not, but that's pretty much, if you got that email from her, that's all I know as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's my thing is, like, aside from that that talk from Steve that day and your mention of it here, like, that's it. Like, I'm not trying to say Linda's not talking to me, but, like, Linda's not talking to me, so I don't it completely catches me off guard. I'm not, like, against it. I just was hoping I could be a bit more involved.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the new Marine Corps quartermaster site pretty much ready to go with the limiting with WooCard and WordPress. This has some limiting capabilities on your shipping, but I have everything weighed except for a Marine Corps flag.
Okay.
Just need to wait on that, and I have flat rate shipping and stuff set up. I gotta see if there's a shipping module so I can break it down a little better. But it's set up as much as the old side on the shipping. Let's just put it like that. And I've emailed her a couple of times in the last month or two, actually, about seeing if she's ready for that site to go live and take down the old site. And again, I didn't get anything back from her, but she's definitely willing to talk to me about the IC. So
I have a question about that, and I took my headset off, which I think is part of the problem. So let me know if you can hear me better now.
Yeah, you are lagging a whole bunch, Lauren.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Somebody was telling me today that they had registered for 2021, but then I also saw that 2020 is now scheduled in November. So when is 2021 going to be?
I think it's in June. Hold on, let's see. I can go over what info I have. Okay, it's going to be Tallahassee, June 18th through the 20th.
My birthday.
Yay! So we get to beat you. Get a birthday beating coming. Oh, kitty cat. Oh, kitty cat. It's at the 4 Points Sheridan in downtown Tallahassee. She had sent out an email address. The IC, I guess that's the PayPal address. Roaring 20s, 1920s is going to be the theme. The registration is currently $42 per person until June the 30th. Then July the 1st, it goes up to $47. January 2021 is $52, and April the 1st is $57, and will be $60 at the door. Marine mess is $40. Choice of entree, chef choice, fresh vegetables, starch. I won't go into all that. You have a selection there. Saturday night banquets, $50 per plate. Hotel special rate of $119. It's normally $139 plus whatever Florida taxes they stick onto that.
Isn't it at the Tallahassee something has some kind of special name. What's the name of the hotel it's at?
It's the 4 Points Sheridan.
4 Points. That's it.
The venue is 4 Points by Sheridan in downtown Tallahassee.
Is this all posted somewhere?
Not yet. Like I said, I'm working on the website. I've got the hotel information. Like I said, I've just got to get Linda to answer a couple of other questions for me before I make it live. Right now, there's just a splash page there. It's ic2021.com. Let's see.
Somebody told me today that I think they'd made their hotel reservations already, and I couldn't even remember where it was. So
yeah, she didn't put the information for the hotel to contact or like give them a special code or anything. That's one of the things I've got to ask her. But I got the address, the phone number, and everything for the hotel kind of set up. I've got the pages to upload. I just haven't uploaded them yet. Like I said, I don't want to put half information up there until I get a lot of the questions answered. Like I say, probably by next weekend or by the end of next weekend, it should be should be up.
You know, that's the other thing, Lauren, and like just kind of to your point, I think the Region 2 Summit, that was the first that's been announced. Like, I think that was him telling Starfleet for the first time, because like I said, he caught your RC off guard, and all of us sitting in that room were just like, wait, what?
I think that she did. Yeah, she did.
What got
she
announced?
did send a link in the email to register for. It says Star Trek Convention 2021 for the group rate. So,
and also, I'm going to address Ryan is messaging me on the Region 2 page. And yeah, we scheduled our Region 2 Summit, or, you know, I'm going to air quote schedule because Lauren is still working on it. Right now, it's looking to be, the summit would be in Orlando, and IC would be in Tallahassee. I didn't know. Nobody told me. To me, it catches me a little off guard, but at the same time, it's like, it's convenient, I guess.
Convenient for me.
Well, yeah, hell yeah, it is. You know, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, all the Florida chapters are excited about it. I would be too. It's just, my thing is like, Orlando is just Orlando. Orlando's awesome. Tallahassee, I mean, I just get on one interstate and drive. So, they're not spectacularly out of the way for me. I can just get on 10 and go as far as 10 will take me.
Well, you got to get to 10 first.
Okay, I'll get on 55 and I'll get on 10. So anyway, I guess
I'll be in Biloxi with my thumb out.
There you go. I mean, I'll pick you up. Whoop, sorry.
It's not as bad as After Dark, you know, like just the F-bombs just keep rolling when we do that one.
I mean, that's why we put the After Dark up there. All right. So, does anybody else have any actual like business things to talk about before I move on? Hearing none.
I don't know if you addressed the comment I was making earlier about the academy courses.
Right.
From Moodle being garbage. But there's, it's a turnaround time issue now. I think some folks have been waiting a couple weeks for grades, and I don't know if that's causing some delays in the turnarounds that we have, or if it's a combination of both. Or
yeah, I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Because I know they talked about Moodle a little bit last night, and it was mostly just people griping about how crappy it is, especially, how poorly it's working with our database, which our database is no spring chicken either. But I know you've got a lot of people that are out of work not checking their academies right now, would be my guess. I don't speak for them. I don't know. I haven't asked them. But I know the last academy course I did took about 4.5 days, and I'm used to it taking like a day and a half. So all I can tell them, the only thing I can offer them is to tell them, message the course director and just see, because usually they'll pop back of, yes, I got it. I mean, I did the same, and they didn't send me a grade immediately, but they did, get back to me saying that they were grading it or whatever.
That's what I provided to folks, just to kind of keep at the directors. They're able to give feedback as to whether it's a system or something else. Like, that's great for me to know. One person that said it would be good to know who is available. I guess potentially some of the directors are currently not, due to whatever personal circumstances they have right now. But I don't know what kind of an undertaking that would be.
Unofficial guidance that we got in the Marine Corps Academy was wait a week, message the college director, the one that's actually doing the exam.
I have a sleeping child right here, Eric.
Then wait a week after that, and then go above their head if they still haven't gotten back to you. But that's the unofficial guidance that we got.
Okay.
All right. Well.
I just got one thing. Speaking of that, I know the Marines have halted at trying to add anything else to Moodle at this point. So everything on the old site, on the SSMCA site, should be working. I know Shane is having a hell of a time trying to get directors lined up because I think some of them decided to throw in the towel when they tried to switch to Moodle because they were like, it's crap, don't do it. And now it's crap, don't do it. So they like, I told you so. So some of them may be coming back. So I don't know, but I know he's trying to get some live bodies in there, but I don't know how that's going.
Well, there are a lot of HR positions open, so I've been trying to push that to my people. I suppose that's all we can do at our level, is to try and encourage people to apply for those, because there are a lot of director positions on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm looking for some more help myself. I finally got a deputy, and I just need like 18 other people. No, not 18, maybe like 6. Well, maybe like 4. Hell, I'll just take 2 people at this point.
Speaking of HR, any Marines interested? 2nd Brigade OIC is up on HR right now. So,
yeah. Ooh, yeah, that too. I was kind of waiting to see who the OIC was going to be, if they had announced it or when they were going to announce it. I have the award certificates for the summit. Deputy Dant got them all, and Horsecom got them all put in the database and sent me the certificates. And once I get the OIC, I can send them to him. He can distribute them out, or I can try to do it. But I was going to kind of wait to see who that person was going to be, so I can just, double all in his lap and let him worry about it.
Let's see. Anything else? All right. So the last thing I figured we talked about, we've got about another. Hold on. Kathy is messaging. Are there any ICs in R2 Summit going to be associated with any cons? Technically, I don't know about the IC. The Summit won't, but it will be involved with some stuff in the city, and I'm probably gonna. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was rain. We're gonna try to do a day at Disney or something like that. So, personally, but I don't think the IC is actually going to be associated with the con. To my knowledge, and again, I don't speak for them. I think the EC tries to avoid doing the IC alongside cons before my time. 2011, Mark? Does that sound about right? When was the last one they did had a celebrity show up or something like that? Do you remember?
Oh, that was Dallas, right?
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
I was sure. No, wait, was it 11? I know it was in Dallas. I know it was in Dallas because I had my picture taken with the guy at the Las Vegas convention later that same year. I don't know. It all kind of runs together.
You getting old, Mark.
Yeah.
2020 is alongside Baycon, isn't it? It sounded like all of that got moved to November.
Yeah, they said the 2020 is. It'll be at Baycon, but I was referencing the
But not
2021. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How many of you guys have seen all of Picard at this point?
Do not spoil it for me.
All right. Well, we're fixing to have some spoiler talk, so I guess you're about to bail.
Well, how far along are you?
I didn't start it because I refused to get CBS for quite some time. I just got it in season 2 Discovery last week, and still trying to decide how I feel about that. And so Picard's next thing to do.
Oh, who we got? Hey, Mr. Palmley.
Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. Hold on just a second. Moving logos.
I have a really important question for him when he gets on.
Steve, you here?
He's on mute.
Yeah, you got your...
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Steve.
Did you bring your
Oh,
orange?
sorry
juice?
about that. I did. You better believe it. I need something a little stronger than orange juice to deal with Region 2 today, though.
Just settle down.
Simmer down now.
Oh my God, is that Mark? Holy shit, he does exist.
Yeah,
He's here.
not just a figmentation of your imagination.
No shit.
What?
Well, actually, I guess since we were getting ready to move into some stuff, I figured we'll back up and go to back to some business. Mr. Commander Starfleet, you got anything you feel like telling Region 2 on the internet?
Yeah,
you're
you're
gonna go on video.
Hit record. Hold on, let me hit the record button. Okay, go ahead.
We're already recording.
Yeah, your region coordinator is a pain in the butt. I don't know if you guys know that, but I want that stated for the fact for the region.
I was on
In
fire
another
for
news,
about that
water
first-
is wet.
I was on fire
Brown,
for the
hello,
first
sir.
hour last night.
So basically, we had our AB
Steven,
meeting.
you're not on video. I don't know if
Exactly,
you know
because no, I know. I appreciate you for telling me I'm not going to be on video either. We had our AB meeting last night. It went very well. We got a lot of stuff accomplished. I know that there was some complaining. We do now have the blog issue fixed and finalized, thanks to Region 2 and Region 3. The database, we do not have an update on the database. The database is, there's no issue right now, or no update, because of we're still waiting for TRMN, and Tony seems to think that TRMN is jerking them around. So basically, long story short is it's a work in progress. The budget was submitted. I need to get some more information for them on that. Taxes are on the way. 2016 has been filed. I signed the documents for 2017. She will be filing them, and then she will start on 2018. Once that is all said and done, there will be a penalty of $1,000 for each year that we did not file. So we will be paying a minimum of $3,000 for all 3 years. Once that is done, we will be redoing the paperwork to apply for not-for-profit status, because right now we don't have a status. So there will be fees for that. We'll get that done. It's slowly get where it needs to be, but like I said to the AB last night, I did verify with our CPA and the IRS. We were on a 3-way call. There was no paperwork submitted, nothing on a dispute. So we're working on it, and we're getting it as close as we can. The Moodle, there's been another concern with Moodle, and I have TJ Allen look into that right now. But if they are using the older version of Moodle, it's not secure. It's what I was told last night. So if you notice that the Moodle goes offline, it will be offline until it's brought current for our database protection. So other than that, that's everything I have.
All right. Yeah, we covered a good bit of that in detail. So thank you for. I was unsure on some of the details on it. So thank you for filling that in, Steve.
No problem.
The one thing that we were all kind of unsure of, which is a little embarrassing because it's in our region, do you have anything for IC 2021 or 2020 in any real sense? Because I'm not sure what I can and can't talk about, and on 2021 I don't know much.
IC 2020 has been pushed to November 6th, 7th, and 8th. I will not be attending now that I have got laid off. I had to start a new job, so now I do not have any time off, not until sometime in April of next year.
Nice.
So I will not be. I just sent an email to Mike Garcia telling him that they don't have to pay for me to come out because it's not going to be feasible this year. With COVID-19 happen and all, it's just really, to be honest with you, they just need to cancel it altogether this year. That's my opinion because that's too close to the holidays. I mean, you got Thanksgiving, you got people buying stuff for Christmas. It's just way too close. IC 2021 is in Tallahassee. The theme is called the Roaring 20s. So they've got. I don't have my laptop up, or I can actually tell you more about it.
That's fine. Mark already covered some of that.
Yep.
1:19 at night, June 18th through 20th. $42 is the registration fee until the end of June.
Yes. Also, is there any update on where the Region 2 Summit's going to be?
We were discussing that earlier. Lauren's still working on it, but for obvious reasons, they're taking a while to get back to her on actual details. Like we're getting positive feedback. It's just slow coming and not detailed.
No pressure, Lauren.
No, I hear you say that, and I hear that like small bit of sarcasm there too. But
I can give you a lot of sarcasm if you want.
I'd say we can all plan on it being here.
Okay.
Like we'll figure it out. Right? I don't want it to just kind of blow in the wind like we don't know. Like, I'm working on it. I won't have the details as quickly as we normally do.
Yeah. Normally by the end of like middle of next month we would have all the details set and hotel stuff ready to go, but right now it's just kind of out there.
I hope it's as good as 2021 because it was an awesome event.
2020, you mean?
No pressure though.
2021?
2020 is what I meant. I'm tired.
Yeah, we were up till midnight. Give him a minute.
I'll see what I can do. I am not linking it to a con. I know that was a that we talked about earlier, but we talked about one of the venues. Kind of talking with Hartley about it, my EXO. There's a venue that we do a lot of events at. That's a nonprofit that we like to support, and they love having us there in uniform to do all sort of track events. We get to interact with a lot about science and education, and sometimes just do pure Star Trek stuff. So as long as that works out, I think it'll be a good time. But they're closed and most everybody's furloughed right now. So working on it.
It's Orlando. It can't be a bad time.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm sure everybody will leave and go to Disney afterwards, which
I mean, that's my plan.
I'm not going to take any
Not me, because I'm broke and I can't afford Disneyland.
After.
Before, during, and after? So, anyway. Well, that's all we've been at this for an hour, and that's all the business of Region 2. My kind of last little thing I had written here was talk about discovering Picard. So, which would you guys like to talk about?
I have a question. Is Region 2 going to be doing the same stream base that Region 3 took after us?
Meaning?
Stream bay?
If I didn't have to pay for it, yeah, but I have the ability to do this for free.
There's a free version too.
Yeah, but I can't multi-stream it, and I've got a bunch of old people that scream about me putting stuff on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's Freddie. Freddie won't get on Facebook, so. But.
Back in my day, we didn't have no Facebook.
Has Region 3 done a stream bay already?
They have.
Oh, nice.
And if you want to, because I'm telling other regions this, if you want to make an announcement using, my stream bay I can just bring you on live, and I'll stay in the back studio, and I'll let you run and do your own thing.
We might do that.
I'm all about helping people. Lauren looks mad. What are you doing? Are you watching TV because you're not paying attention? There you go. Hi.
But anyway, so Lauren, you're muted, Lauren.
Oh, she's quiet.
There you go.
Sorry, I said I've been told repeatedly I have resting bitch face. I don't really know what to do about it. This is just how I look. Sorry.
This is how I
Put
look.
a little makeup on. I put a teeny little bit of makeup on for you people. So,
Hey,
don't
wait a
ask
minute
me
now.
for
When I
anything.
come in,
I'm not going to smile like a psychopath continuously.
night to check in at the hotel when you were over there drinking with Ryan, you had a big old shit-eating grin on your face. You were happy as could be. Then you tried to give me a hug, and I had to distance myself.
I don't think any of that happened.
Not how you remember.
Really? Yeah, dude.
I don't
Not how
recall
you
it.
remember it.
I remember exactly what happened when you wandered in around midnight. But I'm a hugger. That's what I like to do. I was drinking. We were playing a game, so I was probably happy.
Nice.
We got plenty of incriminating evidence against all you guys.
So Lauren, you said you recently watched the first 2 seasons of Discovery recently, correct? And you're still processing?
I watched the first season like a year and a half ago. I never watched any of this stuff right away because I don't want to pay for stuff.
Right.
And season 2 started right after Game of Thrones ended, and I was not getting another subscription right away. I was like, forget that.
Also after the bunch of Game of Thrones season 8.
Yeah, like that. Like I just couldn't be hurt again so soon. I needed time.
That's the only way that could have ended.
Gotta get back on the horse. Gotta get back on the horse.
Don't get me started on that rant. Like, oh my god. That and my Last Jedi rant are both pretty long. So I feel like I kind of feel the opposite of everybody about Discovery. Like everybody hated season 1 and they've said that season 2 is better. I didn't hate season 1. Like I thought it was okay. I liked the character development and whatnot. Mirror Universe, okay. Like that's a pretty standard one that everybody pulls from. And so I was hoping that they would go, I don't know, just a different direction with it. I just felt like this one relied too heavily on original series, and I could not get this bearded, emotional Spock. Like, it's like it ruined the character for me. Just very fundamental changes, and I don't know. The whole thing was weird. I watched it in 2 days. I thought it was weird. Like angels and stuff.
Eric, how are you gonna say shaking your head at that when you too don't pay for that stuff?
Is that to me?
Yeah, he says, "Wow,
It's
I don't
Eric.
want to pay for stuff." Shaking my damn head, and I was like, "Really, man?"
Oh, videos, YouTube.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of feel you, Lauren, on a lot of that, because like I'm finding myself on Discovery liking the ancillary background characters more than I am the main. Steve? Steve? Looks like we might have lost him.
He's gone.
We might have lost him. He'll be alright. Nothing of any import was lost.
Wow.
There he is.
He just went silent for a minute.
Well, no, his screen grayed out and everything. But anyway, I find myself like I like Tilly. I like the I can't think of their names. Their names are escaping me. I swore I'd remember it, but the gay couple on the show.
Stamets.
Yeah, Stamets. Like I like both of them, and I actually really like the Pike captain. Like I would just watch a show about the Pike's Enterprise with him. I don't even need don't put the ship in danger. Don't do that story. But dang,
I did really like who they picked for Captain, which is funny because I didn't know the actor because I hadn't watched it, and I watched some other random pulls. So when I looked him up and saw that he was in this, I was like, oh, cool. I kind of like the look into his future.
Yeah, I did too.
But I don't like what they've done with the Klingons. I don't like Ash's character at all. The character is senseless and superfluous to me.
The whole storyline is
and
pointless to me.
That the Klingons look a mess.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I didn't like it in season 1. I don't feel like it added any benefit in season 2 to have him or any of the Klingons in there personally, except for that random like let's bring the whole rebellion in Star Wars moment that they had at the end of season 2. But
I'm gonna try to do
I don't know.
with the server for just a second.
I would just like to see more original stories. It's kind of the same gripe with the Kelvin timeline and the 2009 reboots. Like, kind of had some other stuff you could do, and then we just remade some of the more resonant plot lines and went with that. Just do something else.
I think I might have figured out what was going on with your audio, Lauren.
Who, mine?
Yeah, it was getting horrible, and I switched the server that we were connected to and moved it to East, and it got better.
Oh. So how much of that did you hear?
Most of it.
Okay.
I understood where you...
I'm done ranting.
That was, and considering Discovery Season 1, that was kind of my issue with it, was like, the season set up like it was supposed to be about this, the Klingon War and do all these things, and I didn't feel like we ever really got any of it. And like, I'm not out here looking for a whole bunch of action, but I was looking for some intrigue and never felt like I got it. Like, I was more intrigued by the Mirror Universe stuff that was going on in the background, even though it was the whole show to me. And the tardigrade stuff, that was, while ridiculous in places, at least interesting. Like, it was attempting to do something. But like you said, the whole season was supposed to be about the Klingon wars with yeah, it is. Sorry about that, Mark Adam. It felt like they just lost their way in the middle of it. So anyway, hey, Steve, what are you doing, my dude?
No idea.
You just keep going off and on.
It's messing up. Oh.
He's drinking too much orange juice. It's messing with his head.
That's right.
It's so funny.
Season 2, like, the search for Spock, the season was kind of like a thing, and I like my thing, and like you guys, this is probably flying blasphemy in people's face. I just am not interested in original series stuff. I'm just not. It's so bad. Like, every single time they try to do stuff with original series, it gets bad, and it's just like, how have we not learned our lesson? Stop doing Kirk and Spock stuff. Just stop.
I think that's my problem, is that I love original series. That's my favorite series, to the point where I've watched very little of all the other ones, which I get my own share of flack for. So, for me, it's like, stop ruining it. Stop taking all the stories from that series. Like, it's probably the one series, the original one, gets the most shit, but it's where all these timelines and storylines. Why do we pull every plot from the original series to do all these remakes and new shows? Do something else.
My response to that is Next Generation pulled from it to show how it should have been done, and then proceeded to do it better, and everybody's been chasing it since. That's my response to that.
I still gotta watch all of that before I can form an opinion.
I just get tired of them taking all the shows from my youth and ruining them. Transformers, G.I. Joe. There's a whole long list. Battlestar Galactica, a whole long list of shows.
You want to know why they keep doing it, Mark?
Because it's to piss me off.
Because they make money.
Yeah, did you go spend a bunch of money to go see them in theaters when they came out? Well, then
I
don't.
waited for the DVD.
Enough people
Yeah.
did.
And then when is it? It can't be as bad. It can't be there. No, it can't be. No, whoa, it is. Wow. Starbucks a woman. Wow. There we go.
Battlestar Galactica was good.
It was great if they would have not named it Battlestar Galactica.
That's it. That's my point exactly, Mark.
Well, you guys want me to help you out? Like, do you guys want the honest truth about Battlestar Galactica?
No. Apollo, Richard Hatch kept that show alive all those years, even did the promo for it, how to continue it on and everything, and they all went, hey, fans, we're going to do this and screw it all up.
I mean,
just so we can make sure you guys never watch it.
And you complain about Starbuck being a woman, but Katie Sackhoff was the one bright spot in that whole show.
She was great. I loved the character. I didn't see all of them. I saw some of them. I saw enough to see this is a great show if it wasn't named Battlestar Galactica. If you're going to change everything in it and come up with everything new and change everything about the original story, call it something else.
Okay, so
this is the most animated I've ever seen you get. I love it.
So
yeah,
I
have friends that are my age have vowed that they will gouge their eyes out if they ever go to TV and there's nothing on to watch but the new Battlestar Galactica, that they will hang themselves before they watch it. Serious.
That's fantastic.
So to
go ahead.
To stack on top of whatever that is Mark's griping at. First of all, the second Battlestar Galactica is better than that shit pile original. Second off, the second Battlestar Galactica is Star Trek Voyager what it should have been. Like that's literally what that show was. I don't know if y'all know I don't know if you know the background, but the guy that wrote Battlestar Galactica wrote for Voyager, and it was supposed to be falling apart and all this stuff, and they told him, no, it's Star Trek, it has to be shiny and pretty, and he got fired, and he had this script of stuff, and he went to Battlestar Galactica, and that's how it became a thing. Like, that's actually what happened.
You want to talk about Star Trek that should have been? Babylon 5.
Yeah.
You want to bring that up?
But Babylon 5 was the guy
DS9.
wrote a book and nobody wanted to do that, and then DS9 off it went.
Yeah, he wrote. Dude wrote 5 seasons of a show. Well, outlined 5, wrote 3, and came up to Next Gen producers and said, "Here's this show." Oh, nobody wants to see anything on a space station. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about what is the name of that? There's a comic series. I can't think of it right offhand. But it's basically what spawned Once Upon a Time, and what was the name of that show where the guys chase? It's basically just a cop chasing fairy tales. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's like there were like 3 shows that the CW, Fox, and CBS all picked up simultaneously, and this guy
wasn't there a Grim Fairy Tales?
Grimm. That's the name of the comic. That's the name of the show. Sorry. And I think the name of the comic was like Epic or something like that. And the dude had all these fantastic stories, pitched them to, I think he went to CW, and they just straight said, yeah, nobody really wants to watch that. And then proceeded, all 3 of them made their own shows, and he got no credit, none of the rights, none of it. It was just like, man, these these TV show companies are scummy. Because if you go and read the comic, the show Grimm is just a direct ripoff of the comics. It's from point to point. So we covered season 1 a lot on Discovery. Season 2 on Discovery. The search for Spock this season, like everything that involved Spock, I'm with you. I was just bored of, because like I just don't care. Like I don't care at all.
It was like the cage Spock.
Yeah.
You have those scenes in the menagerie where he's smiling, and if it's not the first episode that you've ever seen, you're looking at it and you're going, I don't understand like what the hell's going on. It was like that Spock, with this beard who's lost his mind inside of a Vulcan temple. His mother was annoying in this season, and I've always liked Amanda, but I couldn't. It's just a total destruction of the character for me. I was really upset about it.
I mean, I think the thing we can take away from it, and like, I'm okay if they continue to use Spock, obviously, because you kind of have to be. But if they keep him, but we get the Pike Enterprise, I'm in. Like,
Well, you're not, because now Discovery is 950
but
years in the future or some shit.
That means that we get this without all of that.
But then it's not Discovery, then it's Enterprise.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. I'm fine with it. That's what I said. Spin off your own thing. I'm tired of
I guess you're not going to get that.
I'm tired of having no Enterprise Trek. Like, Discovery isn't Enterprise Trek. Technically neither was Voyager. Like, why can't we just get an Enterprise show going again? Like, I just want to watch the flagship.
Because that last time they tried that, the Xindi ruined it.
Again, can we not prequel stuff more, please? Like, I'm just tired of prequels because eventually you write yourself up to a wall. You can't. There are certain things you can't pass. Like,
or you can do like JJ does and just do it anyway.
Well, I mean, the thing is JJ, at least, like, for all of his faults, at least he gave an explanation as to what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, his explanation was, I don't like Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going down that path, but at least he had enough damn sense to not be like, oh yeah, this is just Trek. Like, this is doing the old school Spock alternate timeline stuff, and then them coming back in, new Trek and online and all that, and making that canon. Like, I think that was great.
Yeah, but then he did Khan.
Yeah,
I was okay with it, and then he did Khan,
yeah,
which
okay with
I will happily watch that movie. But why give yourself an alternate timeline and then take like the most resonant story out of probably Trek, like original Trek, and redo it?
I say this every time it comes up, and I'll say it again. You didn't earn Khan yet. Like, you needed to show that you knew what you were doing with the property you had in your hands, and you just proceeded to just like, yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, you're Khan. Hold on.
And ruined it by giving him magic blood that brings people back from the dead.
Yeah, from the tribbles of all fucking things.
Which was hard to kind of get into the screenplay, right? Like, there was no reason for this dead tribble to be on board that people were just playing around with. It was very forced into the story the more and more I watched it. And so then he screwed that up and then said, okay, I'll go over to Star Wars and ruin that too.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
just...
Mark Adam, you won't see this for a little while, and yes, Grim Fairy Tales is one of the series, but the fairy tale cop I was trying to think of is called Fables. That's the comic series I was trying to think of. Sorry, they're a little behind us. Sorry, guys. But my thing is like, can we do an Enterprise, an E with Worf as the captain? Like, we've been told Worf is the captain of the Enterprise through the comic series. Cool. Can we get that? No? All right, cool. Can we get the F? Can we just get a new captain and a new Enterprise and let's go off on a fucking adventure? Can we just do that?
Yeah. And like I say, I want to see some of the new stuff, like the new ships and the new rank and the new uniforms. You're like, I want to get some of that stuff, but nobody knows what it looks like because they haven't showed us anything other than like this. It's contradiction. Okay, the fleet admiral's wearing a black and gray uniform, but yet the Commodore's wearing a regular uniform. What is it? What's it supposed to be? It's like, what's the black pips look like? Can anybody tell me from Picard what the black pip's supposed to look like? Does it have a little thing on the top of it, or is the whole pip black? Nobody knows because they hadn't showed us any of that.
Right. And that's my thing. Is like, I'm completely on board for shows like Discovery. Like, I'm excited now that Discovery is out in front of the timeline. Like, I'm excited for that now because like now they have places to go with the story. I'm in. Cool. Thank you. With Picard is in the current timeline, up to date as it were. I'm cool. Let's move forward with this. Like, keep telling a story. But it like with Discovery seasons 1 and 2, it felt like there was this wall where Kirk becomes captain of the Enterprise. Like, okay, cool, it's finite, and there's also a whole bunch of stuff we can't discover, a whole bunch of stuff we can't reference. There's a whole bunch, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it just compounds on itself.
One of the things I caught that they referenced in Discovery Season 2 was that Pike was away on the 5-year mission, which is why they couldn't participate in the Klingon War. And I was trying to figure out a different 5-year mission, and then what mission then ahead of the Enterprise's 5-year mission, or Kirk's 5-year mission, rather.
Yeah, it's like, is the Constitution class not all that it was advertised to be? Because after 10 years, I would imagine a new ship had come along. Anyway.
Did Steven die?
He must have. Steve?
You know what? I would give good money to see a takeoff on the end of Picard with the Inquiry class ship and the acting captain on it.
Yeah,
that would be.
Let's not go there just yet. But yeah,
I'm not saying a thing. I'm just saying that there's a ship and a captain that I would love to watch.
Hell, I'll go back further even for you. Like, let's go back to the TNG movies. Like, as those are kind of closing down, we find out Riker's the captain of the Titan. Can we just watch Riker go do some cool shit on the Titan? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
That's all I want. I just want to watch a cool captain do some cool shit on a cool ship. That's all I want.
Well, you'd have to recast Riker now, though.
I don't care. That's fine. I'm with it. I love Jonathan Frakes. Let him direct the damn show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, who better to direct the Riker show than Riker?
He directed half of Discovery, actually.
He directed a whole mess of episodes on CSI and NCIS. Like, the dude knows what he's doing. He did the whole Librarian show.
He did more than half of Leverage, too.
Yeah. Like, every single time his name comes up on the screen, I sit down. Like, Anna watch these garbage-ass NCIS shows, but if I see fucking Jonathan Frakes' name up there, I sit down and watch it. I love that man. If you can't tell, I love that man.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not gay, but I'd marry him. Jesus.
Well,
He's so
for
handsome.
a green card, right?
Yeah. He's so handsome.
Who are you going to marry?
He is.
Jonathan Frakes.
Bearded
Welcome
Frakes
back,
is
Steve.
pretty hot.
Yeah, no, never mind. Not even going to say.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's back. But anyway, that's just my, Discovery going into the future at the end of season 2 makes me so happy because now all of a sudden we at least have a ship potentially going to do new things that like aren't part of history. That's it. I hate prequels. I just despise them.
Well, they still shot themselves in the foot a little bit by telling you how the Discovery disappears afterwards, after the crew leaves.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, even then,
That's thousands of years in the future, but hey.
Yeah. My worry now is that they've shot it too far into the future, and now they're going to create a new bubble of time between the end of Picard or whatever show ends on the end and the beginning of Discovery. Like, what happens in all of that time? They're just going to start filling in all that with some bullshit.
Oh, they're going to tie it all in with Voyager and Enterprise and the Temporal Cold War. You know that.
Yeah, fair enough. Nobody watched those episodes, Mike. Come on now.
Yeah, I did.
And actually, we're all kind of circling around, different things that we would want. I had a long talk with Ryan and Kathy at the Region Summit. I am all about the things they're doing now and the things that I want them to do. But in the midst of it, could they just make some products for me to buy? I constantly feel like I'm out here scouring eBay for these. I literally bought a Star Trek Insurrection double-sided poster from a movie theater last week. Like, I literally, that was my gift to myself. But I don't have a toy to buy for Discovery. I don't have anything neat to buy.
I actually have a Discovery Christmas ornament that somebody got me, but that's it.
That's what I mean. Like, I've got the Discovery Christmas ornament from Hallmark. I've got the Franklin.
Yeah, that's what I
think, like all the various Hallmark ornaments. But Hallmark's going to make what they're going to make. But you can almost expect that every year, and 2, they make like 3. You're telling me that's enough? Because they made a Discovery ship and a Saru. That's it. That's all they made. Which, by the way, I'm really hoping that like this COVID stuff doesn't cancel Mississippi Comic Con because I want to meet Saru so bad.
When is Mississippi
We're
Comic
supposed to
Con?
have.
It's the very, very end of June. It's gonna be
They
very
pushed
close.
They pushed out MegaCon here. MegaCon is normally in May, but for some reason this year they're doing it in April. And they're supposed to have Pertinent K there. And they pushed it out to June. And supposedly all those guys are still coming in June. So
Yeah,
kind
we'll
of
see.
hoping
Like I
that
said,
doesn't get canceled either, but we'll
I'm
see.
hopeful, but I'm not holding my breath. Is kind of where I'm at on it.
I haven't seen any big merchandise come out since.
I know you
And
love
granted,
that
I don't pay
Dynamite.
too much attention. But the biggest thing I saw was the survival suit Kirk when Beyond came out and they did the new props. I have all of those and all the original series ones, but I don't think I've really seen anything come out after that.
And Kathy actually brings up a good point. She's like, Discovery doesn't even have its own regular comic book series. Like the Mirror Universe, the regular, like the alternate timeline, Abrams verse. Sorry, Abrams verse has its own. There was a whole bunch of stuff done around Picard. Like there's all these other stuff, and Discovery doesn't even have that. It's maddening. And
Find a com badge. Find an Apple com badge for Discovery.
hell, pile.
Find one. You get a 3D printed one from Podunk, Iowa, or someplace that you got paint, but you can't. Why did they not have the merchandise ready to go when the series? But can anybody find other than a 3D printed one from the internet where you can get a Picard, Star Trek, or Starfleet com badge?
Well, I mean,
is it silver? Is it gray?
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
Can you find the fabric to even make your own uniforms?
No,
because
it's
got the little
tiny
deltas.
Yeah. Hell, to that point, you have to buy the licensed stuff off the Star Trek shop, and there's the 3 of them. But can you find anything from any of the Abrams verse stuff in any real sense?
No. You can buy it from China.
Yeah. You can buy some piece of crap, or you can buy this super expensive, officially
Avanash version. Yeah, Avanash version that you got to pre-order a year ahead of time and pay $500 for, and then if they don't get enough orders for it, they go, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, it gets canceled.
Oh, you want your money back too? Well, gee, I don't know about that. Well, I never got the. Well, I don't know. You said on the little fine print, the pre-orders may not go. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's like, don't get
phone is going ham.
That's me. It's this thing. It's
electronic leash. That's how I refer to it. Hey guys, I hate to do this, but I've got a dinner date with my mother in
fair point.
about 45 minutes away.
Yeah,
so
that's a fair point. We've been at this for an hour and a half. You guys cool calling it, and we'll pick this up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can do this all day, so.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I feel like an hour and a half. We'll try to stick to that timeline from going forward. Guys, stay
Cool.
safe. Love you all. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.